And welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista and I'm here to do your April 2019 reading. So this is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I always encourage you to watch your Moon and Rising if you're cross-watching for additional information. Whether this is helpful for you, this particular reading is helpful, you can always check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising to cross-watch for additional messages. All right, Virgo, what do you need to know for the month of April 2019? Messages for Virgo, April 2019. So, Death card showing up here. Could be some major transformations here, major overhaul, new beginnings, balancing, and then working with others. So looks like you just maybe left an old job, got a new job. Yeah, new information, your sword of truth, understanding saying what you mean and meaning what you say. Beautiful energy, Virgo. Let's see if they show up in your reading today. Whoa! We do have the Strength card. You might have to exhibit a little bit more willpower this month, but it behooves you to do this. It's going to come naturally. You won't have to fight it. You won't have to use extra energy to do that. Somebody might even express to you how much your personal strength helps them. All right, so messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, April 2019. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, April 2019. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, April 2019. Here we go, Virgo. Doing a nice 7-card spread today. And bottom of the deck energy, of course, we will get confirmation cards from the Oracle decks here. I can tell you right now, I will be qualifying the Tower card that you're finishing off with here. You have a lot of major arcana here. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 7 cards. The majority of your spread is major arcana. So just significant energy, significant powers. Whenever I see major arcana, I always feel confident as well that these are universal or source opportunities for us to allow something new or to let go of something. It's also to remind us to be humble. Here at the bottom of the deck for you, for general energy for the month, is this gorgeous Page of Pentacles. So someone may be offering you, someone younger than you, youthful, someone you consider younger than you, someone with less experience than you, etc. They don't even have to be chronologically younger than you, just someone who strikes you that way. Could be someone very earthy, down to earth, someone very practical, or who indeed is a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. But basically someone who's offering you a new opportunity, a new chance, maybe someone gifting you something small and pleasant and cute, or alerting you to where you can find that. Perhaps you were looking for a specific, say, item, okay? So we're dealing with pentacles, we're dealing with something very practical. An asset that you looked forward to or really wanted, and this person will let you know where to get it, for example. Or they might even be the person selling it to you. But definitely someone here who has something to provide you or to give to you, even though on the surface or in reality it may seem very small, it's going to be meaningful and significant to you. So in the past, we have some big significant shifts. Here we do have the first of 2 10s. Of course, this is our major arcana 10. This is the Wheel of Fortune. This is some pretty significant energy, something that is turning over. A new chapter begins. Something that perhaps you wanted to be over, something that you thought had been left in the past. We are dealing with a future energy where it still does feel like a little bit of a load here. So what keeps cropping up from the past that you need to put down here could have to do with work, creativity, could feel like you're overwhelmed by it here, for example. But this is an opportunity to let it go, or to even recognize that it's supposed to be let go of, right? Perhaps you're carrying something around too long where a chapter was supposed to have been closed here. And because the future energy reads very similarly, while this is a letting go of, this is, when will this be over type thing. As we saw with the Strength card, you will be exhibiting a lot of personal strength this month, probably because of that. I think that you really need to make room for something new here, because it's still energetically here sort of cropping up. So I do encourage you to let go of something that, you feel in your heart of hearts, and only you know what that is, should have, could have or should have, so to speak, been over or dealt with, etc. Here we have the present. This is judgment. Here is a second chance. This is what we're seeing here. Yeah, this is cropping up again, something from your past that feels like it's a little bit weighty. It could even be, perhaps you're in a new position or a new environment, and it could just be something that you thought should be over around the new position or person or gift or item, and you just think, geez, this again. Or you took, this is really small beans here, but for example, you got a kettle and it broke, and you took it back and you're like, oh, I got the right kettle. I got a different item, but it's still a kettle, and this one won't break. And it's sort of like, this again, that type of thing. So I doubt highly it has to do with a kettle, but that's the only example I could think of around that. So you can do it again. There's something you could try again here. You can fix it. It feels like a small fix, but it's something that you're going to have to pay attention to if you want to do that as a permanent fix, because the present is a second chance. And this is really, for me, this is judgment. This is really kind of the Easter feeling card for me. It's no mistake that we are in the middle of Easter, of course, in April, but energetically, this is really just saying you have a second opportunity, or you're being lifted up out of something. I think it might just be wise right now to pay attention to what is going right, what is going well, what's going in your favor, and then be willing to let go of what isn't. Oh, I got ahead of myself. And then make room for new, make room for what it is that you truly want. So this is what I was looking at in conjunction with the Wheel of Fortune here at the very beginning, representing the past. So this is your future. So you have both your past and your future. You have 2 tens, right? Which is supposed to be, closure and then getting ready for new beginnings. So you have a nice new opportunity here around a creative venture or something that you're in process of. I think this is an activity, something that you're in process of. Really decide knowingly, willfully, that you're willing to let that down. And you can see too, it's not a very comfortable position, right? For the future, you're going to want that. What we would love to see here, for example, is, the ace of fire, or the ace of wands, as it were, which is, a new beginning. You accept this new challenge willfully and excitedly. And this is almost like, oh my gosh, when's it going to be over? And you can see the flames of paper. You can only juggle this so long. Here we have, as you, the Queen of Cups. This is our the sign of Cancer ruled card. It could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces if it's a person in your environment. If you're a Virgo cross-watching and you have, say, Scorpio rising, for example, this could be very much your energy that you're being asked to draw upon right now. So Cancer ruled Queen of Cups, no matter if it's you or someone else in your environment, or just energy that is representing you in the month of April, Virgo, I'm going to suggest that you use your intuition, hone and heighten your intuition, trust your instincts. Nurturing, mothering, children, home, hearth, humor, gentleness, compassion, all things typically related to the sign Cancer, or anything having to do even with the mother. Like I said, could need to mother yourself. You could be doing a good job of that this month. I mean, this is a very, it could be you being able to give that to others this month as well. Let's say you are a mother and you can help and nurture other people who necessarily even aren't your children. This is just your energy, and you're able to provide this to whomever is lucky enough to be in your circle. But really gorgeous energy here. We're also dealing with fourth house. Cancer rules the fourth house, so we are dealing with literally the home, and also with the birth. This is, the birth of something. So in the minor arcana, I would relate this, for example, even though the Empress is Taurus ruled, I would relate it to, I would actually, not the Empress, I was going to say the Priestess. So this is someone who has a lot of intuitive energy, soulful intuitive energy. There's almost no explanation for it, and that is a-okay. These readings go on far longer than I intend. I'm so sorry. I hope you enjoy them all the same. So other information available to you. So this is your card. This is the Virgo ruled Hermit, the 9. This is spiritual ascension. The Hermit really just speaks about going within, finding the answers within. These are very both feminine ruled, of course. Cancer and Virgo are both feminine signs, but this is really speaking, and they are facing each other. This is really saying, if you need any answers, if there is something that's not clear to you right now, go within. The answers are there. I know that sounds trite. I really do. I get it, but it's really true, especially this month. You're not going to find it in a book. You're not going to find it in a song. You're not going to find it talking to a friend this month. You're going to hone that intuition. You're going to go within, which does include, and if you're new to meditation, for example, this could feel harder than it really is, especially at the start, but it does include being still and being quiet. So you're going to find those answers in the quiet. Here we have your challenge is finding help for a broken heart. This is also what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But this could be, some older energy, past energy. 3 of Swords is something, it's something that'll never, ever go away. Basically the 3 swords indicate, the 3 things for each individual on Earth. For example, there's 10 to 1, there's going to be 3 things, by the time we expire, that have helped literally change the person that we are. Only you get to decide what those experiences are for you, because that's what's impacted you. But, the challenge here is to, again, with the Strength card showing up as I was shuffling, you're going to have to go within here, use your intuition, and I would even say your compassion and nurturing and mothering and core of emotional strength and wellness for yourself at this time. So you may need some outside, okay, 3s are really, your relationship necessarily with other people or even groups of people. You may need some comfort, okay? But remember, the real work, the long-lasting work, the big shift here, it relies on you and you only. Even if you get those hugs and support, remember, it's almost like that saying, you don't get into a relationship so that other person makes you happy. You get into a relationship to share the happiness you have, that type of thing. So while you get support here, remember that you are responsible, and in fact, you're in charge of healing yourself or old wounds. And then the outcome is a big, big shift. And this is what the Tower, this is something that wasn't built to last and something falling apart. But it's the beautiful thing about the Tower is that it wasn't supposed to be there. It was in the way. And I'm really reading it. So I'm going to qualify this for you before getting into our oracles. The beautiful thing about this is that it's almost like you recognize, at least by the end of the month, it's like, I got it. It's time for the switch. But see, this may come from outside of you. The Tower is, you know, it's an opportunity for you to switch things up, but it's almost saying, if you don't get this, if you don't figure this out and let this go, for example, or find a way to release it, to invite something new in, we'll do it for you type thing, which may be sudden, unexpected. I don't think it's going to be devastating necessarily. It's just going to, and you know, try to do it for yourself is what I'm trying to say here. Try to go within and be compassionate. Do the inner work, because when this goes away, I'm going to qualify the Tower. Qualify the Tower. Why this is the Tower, the outcome. You know, you're going to want that inner core of strength and compassion, the practice of the stillness, the meditation, the nurturing. You're going to need that, okay? When that Tower shows up, when that falls away, you're going to need that practice. So maybe do that throughout the month of April. Be gentle and kind to yourself when you're practicing it, because it looks like you'll need it, and you'll need that strength. A lot more cards there than I had anticipated, but let's play with them here. So I did qualify the Tower here. So we have a big spiritual advancement. You know, this is the King of Wands. This is someone who's so exceptionally, profoundly next level, okay? This 10 to 1 has to do with spiritual matters, but you know, whatever is going on in your life, Virgo, this is a great personal development here. This could also be a Leo or Leonian energy, 5th house, so creative energy, something having to do with your creative world. Could have to do with children as well. And it could have to do with your own attitude about yourself. Here we have this really nice, healthy, happy foundation of a home. And then our 6 of Swords. So there could be some travel here as well. You could be suddenly moving, suddenly changing ideas or opinions about what you felt was home or home-like. There could be a new spirituality within the home, something shifting there. There could be short-term travel here or a short-distance travel, but there could be just you taking information that you feel as helpful to you and then moving away from a difficult situation. Wow, we're almost at 20 minutes. Let's move on here. So as a qualifier for the Tower, yes, something having to do with your spirituality. Make sure you have a deep and profound sense of self this month, Virgo. I would say help yourself out. Do that inner work, you know, a little bit of hard inner work there. The silence and the stillness really, I think, will be profoundly helpful for you this month. And no, it may not be easy, but you know what? No one said it would be easy. We just said that it would be worth it. I think ultimately, though, it's going to, whatever does fall apart here, of course, with the Tower, it just means it wasn't built to last. It wasn't built on solid foundations, whatever that is. And something beautiful and profound will come of it, right? You're going to move away from something that didn't have your best interests at heart, or wasn't rich enough for you, you know, profoundly rich enough for you, or didn't add to a happy and healthy home. This has been showing up quite a bit, I'll be honest with you. The Deer from this deck, of course, is gentleness. I think, Virgo, perhaps you, like many others this month, have been unduly hard on yourself. We do see some of this here, okay? Maybe you're giving yourself a hard time for, not being able to do what you need to do, not being able to face something, what have you. I would be exceptionally gentle with yourself at this time. Perhaps you can even play with the meditative or stillness avenue here by simply being kind and gentle with yourself and with the process. We had 2 jumpers from this deck. We had listening, again, to your own intuition. I'm going to stay away from things like signs and music and books and really other people. There aren't other agents here. There could be one person or a thing here, but you have to figure this out. This is your work this month. And then new beginnings. Yeah, absolutely. Once that tower falls or comes apart, or the top is split apart rather, you know, you have to develop a new beginnings. You have to go from the 10 to the ace. So this is actually rather exciting. I think this is beautiful because it's a second chance here. It's a big time opportunity with regard to, so judgment also rules things like resurrection. That's what I meant around Easter. You know, it's the resurrection from a you know, Christian perspective. So, and it could be a new set of eyes here. You could be able to see something clearly here finally, and it's just like it drags something up from the past and you'd rather not, and all the rest of it. But it will behoove you to get to the bottom of observer. Yeah, totally. I just think there's not a lot of doing this month. There's a lot of stillness. There's a lot of passive energy, believe it or not, that's going to lead you, at least by the end of the month, to this exceptionally warm, gregarious, expressive, happy home energy here. And I think it's just some old weight. So we do have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. These last two cards, the Romance Angels and the Oracle, I do consider for relationships of any kind. Certainly romance is included here, but that doesn't need to be. You can use the messages for whatever you like. Codependency in this deck, often I relate to, say, the Devil card. There's just a little bit of something holding you down, something you thinking you can't let go of. Codependency is a little bit different in the sense where it's a story you tell yourself. It's a narrative. So that may be what needs to be switched up here, your internal dialogue, and it could be something as simple as being nurturing and compassionate to yourself at this time. So Virgo, that is your reading for April. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take excellent care. Bye for now.